All right, thank you for that, and welcome back to the show. Rick Tittle with you, coast to coast and around the world on the American Forces Radio Network in 177 countries. It is our pleasure to welcome to the show Damian McGinty, who is a fantastic singer and actor from Northern Ireland. He has a new movie that is out now on DVD and digital. It's called Santa Fake. And Damian, thanks for being on the show. I know you hail from Derry, and I'm sure you get this question asked to you a lot, but do you watch Derry Girls? And I know it's kind of a throwback, but what do you think of it?
I do watch Derry Girls. I think it's been so much said about it that so many people have asked me, do you watch Derry Girls? So whenever I heard about it, I immediately had to watch it. And it's great. It's really, really great. Saoirse, who plays the lead role, I actually grew up with Saoirse. Our mums are best friends.
Wow.
So yeah, it's a small world, and it definitely represents Derry in a very true light.
You know, it's interesting as you've been famous for such a almost your whole life actually, and is that something that you've sort of been aware of, or people kind of said, don't ruin the child star, give them a real life, but you've had a real life, haven't you?
Yeah, it's definitely something I've been through. I think I've been very fortunate to have good parents who have raised me well, and I really don't look at my life as this famous thing the last 12 or 13 years. I just sort of see it that I've been very fortunate to do really big and cool projects, from Celtic Thunder to winning the Glee project, to Glee to Santa Fake, to I write my own music and release records and do a lot of touring. So it's all this stuff, but I really try to just look at it like a career, and I love doing it. And I always just want to get better and experience more things. And so far it's been going pretty well. So hopefully it keeps up.
At noon today out here in the West Coast, Man United's going to be at Old Trafford against AZ Alkmaar. I did get to Old Trafford once, but just wondering for you as a huge Man United fan, if you're walking down the street and on one sidewalk you see Roy Keane from the Republic and, of course, a Red Devil, and on the other side you see the Pride of Ulster, Georgie Best. Now, I know he's not with us anymore. Who do you go to first for an autograph, Roy Keane or George Best?
That's a hard question. I would say George Best because he's dead. So that's if that was had to happen, I would be wow, it's George Best. But no, I love both. I'm a Man United diehard. I'm in the airport right now, and I kind of schedule my flight around the game, so I'll be watching the game. I'm on the East Coast, so I'll be watching it at 3.
Right.
But yeah, I love both of them. They're both heroes, and he knows more controversial these days. His punditry is he's an entertaining pundit, to say the very least.
Well, as a Tottenham fan, I did like it when he said he didn't know what Eric Dyer did. And, you know, sometimes I watch games.
He wasn't very complimentary. He wasn't very complimentary about your fullbacks either.
No. And he says, I like some of the adjectives like criminal defending. Of course, he was the one who said that everyone at Old Trafford was up there eating their prawn sandwiches. And, yes, he's an outspoken guy.
I know.
I saw him once when he played for Notts Forest way back in the day.
Yeah.
All right, but
that's right.
Let's talk about the movie. We're speaking with Damian McGinty, the lead role, Santa Fake, and it's an interesting premise. You come over from Northern Ireland to New York City, undocumented, and you end up with a crime boss played by John Reese Davis. Now, this guy, and you got to go back to Raiders of the Lost Ark. I never would have thought he was a Welshman when I first saw him, but this guy is, what's it like to work with an icon like that?
Yeah, honestly, Matt, it was pretty incredible. I was one of the first people cast in the movie. I think they needed the lead role to sort of figure out where the rest of it was going to fall into place, sort of thing, what they needed. Mm-hmm. So when I was cast, I didn't really know he was a part of it yet, and then these people started falling into these roles, and I was like, wow, this is crazy. I love John Reese Davis. I've watched this stuff for years and years, and I grew up with obviously Lord of the Rings where he's Gimli and that, and working with him and sort of gaining experience and knowledge from him, and he made it so easy to be natural with in scenes because he was just that good. So yeah, it was great, man. And he's such a nice guy. And it was a pleasure to meet him and work with him. Yeah.
And not only the movie, there's a children's book, and then of course you yourself do an EP and you sing. So we'll get the music as well, right?
Yeah, there's a bit of everything. There's a Damian McGinty Christmas album that has come from the movie. It's just called Christmas. The children's book is out and available right now. The DVD is available, and then the actual full soundtrack itself, the Santa Fake, which is like all the orchestra scores, and there's about 17 or 18 tracks on that, is also available. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff, a lot of content that has come from the movie, which is, you know, kind of the nature of musical films. There's a lot more to it. So yeah, there's a lot out there that are good stocking fillers.
You know, when I was, I spent a lot of time in London, and I was writing for a soccer newspaper. This is in like 2002, 2003, and everybody then was, you know, the new show Pop Idol had come on, and everybody was obsessed with the boy band Westlife. So what was it like with Celtic Thunder? Did anybody ever try to get you out there and do a little river dancing too? They just assume, well, you are Irish, go ahead, go for it.
We got mixed up a lot with Tropic Thunder.
Yes, Thunder Down Under.
Which is like, yeah, Thunder Down Under, exactly, which is like this stripping thing. And yeah, the old river dancer. You know, I think when you break into that like Irish American market, which, you know, Celtic Thunder obviously did with such a huge impact, you really get like mentioned alongside all of those things, because it's like in the last, you know, in the last 25 years, that's basically the biggest Irish things that have come out of Ireland in terms of the Irish American market. So, but yeah, I've never done river dance. I certainly can't dance, so I wouldn't be able to pull that off. But Celtic Thunder, we have our own style of dancing, and it's more like fancy walking, but it does the job, you know.
I like that. That's better than silly walks like John Cleese, though. Fancy walking, I like that. I also wanted to ask you, you know, people of your generation, not just famous people like you sometimes you live your lives on social media. I mean, there's so many pictures of you and your lovely wife, and that's nice for your brand and to share with your fans. But I'm sure it gets a little creepy as well, because people look at it and then they think that they're your friend, right?
Yeah, I mean, there is definitely an element of that, an element of ownership and thinking they know somebody. And, you know, I think sometimes, which we're probably all guilty of this, really, people struggle to differentiate between social media personalities and the actual real person. Mm-hmm. I don't mind social media because I'm not addicted to it. I do it kind of because I have to, because it's like, obviously these days it's a hugely important part of my job. But I mean, if I wasn't doing this job, there's probably an argument that I might not have it. I'm that type of person.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, it's nice to keep people in touch, and you know, I'm very fortunate that I've really grown a fan base that are like really nice people and are really kind and like welcoming and personable and not too creepy. I definitely get creepy incidences, but overall, I would say they're really fantastic and just incredibly supportive.
Very cool. One more question for you, and I've spent enough time in the UK to know that there are a lot of stars in the home countries that are big, but they don't, for some reason, they don't translate to America. You have, from Glee and everything else, you've taken the American market. So I was just thinking, after this movie, Hollywood, how many things do you have in the hopper right now?
Well, you know, man, pilot season comes up, and it's like the first quarter of the year where it's effectively all the new TV shows are casting like their lead roles and their support roles and all this. So I'll definitely be in Los Angeles for that at the start of next year. Because music is definitely a priority for me, but at the same time, I had a great experience on Santa Fake, and it kind of lit a fire in the sense that I want to do more of that. And I feel like I grew a lot from Glee to Santa Fake, and I think that growth is kind of there to see. So I'm excited to like keep growing and get better. So yeah, and I'm writing a lot of music. I'm gonna have new music coming out like the first half of next year. So yeah, man, it's all busy, man. It's great. I love it.
There he is, the dual threat, singing and acting, Damian McGinty. Make sure to see him in Santa Fake this Christmas. You better watch out. It is available on DV and digital. It's available right now. Damian, thanks for coming on the show. Congratulations on everything and continued success.
Thank you very much, man.
All
Take
right.
care.
I'm Rick Tittle. Come on back. I'm Rick Tittle.